Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nenna, and today we're back with another episode of the Not So Berry Challenge. We're at Rosé's restaurant, and like always, Pepper is forcing her little girl to help out. And let's just say Rosie's not that happy about it. She hates being at the store, her store, the store that her mother forced upon her. Yep, that store. Pepper has the confidence that her daughter is ready. She's ready to learn the ropes. We're going to open the business, and today Rosie is going to be helping out as a server, and she's gonna work her way up into the business till she's ready to be a business owner, so to say. For now, it's under Pepper's name. Pepper wants her girl to stay humble and appreciate the people working for her. Pepper wants to teach Rosie that her workers, her employees, are only people. She's gonna have to start on their level, be an employee, and then slowly work her way up to running the place. She wants Rosie to have some respect for the place and for her employees, and like the best way to teach Rosie all of that is by making her do the same jobs that she will be making others. It's going to teach Rosie responsibility and is going to make her a great leader. At least that's what Pepper thinks. Pepper's really proud of her girl. She couldn't be any more prouder. It's good for Rosie to learn how to communicate with people and how to run a business, take orders, clean, help out, maybe cook a little bit, make sure that she knows everything. And the theme of the plays was entirely up to Rosie. She didn't really know what she wanted, so she kind of just blurted out a restaurant, and then Pepper just ran with the idea, and then one day surprised her with the business and with the intention of turning it into Rosie's own restaurant, which is it's very nice. She does appreciate the thought, but boy, she does not want to be here. There's nothing about this place that makes Rosie want to come in and work. I'm actually gonna go and send some Sims home for the day because I don't really need this many people and it's getting kind of like crowded. Pepper hasn't really found a suitable chef yet, so she's taken it upon herself to kind of run this place. Pepper is a really great chef. Pepper's a bit of a neat freak and maybe a bit of a control freak. Do we think that Pepper's a control freak? Maybe she is. She does like to run this place. She knows how to run a business. She knows how to, how to care for a business and how to care for her staff, and she knows everything about running businesses. Let's just put it that way. Rosie, however, doesn't want to be here. She hates being here. She hates having to be here. She hates that she has to spend her free nights working in a business that she never wanted or asked. She does resent her mother for that. I know it sounds a little ungrateful, but just imagine your mother buys a whole entire business for you and says this is yours, and she has to come and work there. Pepper doesn't accept no either. She thinks this is the best way for Rosie to learn how to run a business. She doesn't really think about what Rosie wants. She feels like she's doing her a favor. Pepper does believe that she's doing Rosie a favor by showing her how to run a business and teaching her these skills, aspect of it, and the cleaning that comes with the responsibility. She feels like this is all going to add something to her upbringing and to her life skills, but Rosie never really wanted this, and as much as she's trying to make her mother understand that she doesn't want a business, she doesn't care for a business, hasn't actually flat out told her I don't want it, has made it clear in previous episodes that she doesn't care for a business or she doesn't care for running a business. When her mother presented this to her, she never really sat down with her and said, I don't want this, I don't want a business, I hate it that you forced me to work here, I hate it that you forced me to run one. I'm stuck with it. She hates that so much, but she hasn't really said it like that. Seeing how happy her mother is when she does work here, it does feel kind of fulfilling. There are moments at the job that she truly does enjoy herself. She does love being social and like talking to the people, so it's not all bad. I think that she also feels a bit embarrassed. She keeps thinking and wondering what will happen when her schoolmates see her working at a restaurant. Something, it just feels a little embarrassing. She doesn't really know what they would say, but I don't think she's gonna make friends with being a server at a restaurant. She doesn't really do anything cool. She's just bringing food around. Are you eating a customer's? Oh my god, she's eating a customer's meal? Wait a minute, did she steal this guy's food? Did she steal this guy's, oh my god, did she steal someone's food and she's now I swear she better not be doing that. Rosie thinks it's time that her mother lets her be the boss around this place and that she can do things the way that she wants it. Because she thinks that if she can run this place, then she can make sure that she never has to go and work another day in her life. She's gonna just make these people work for her and then she can get money. Easy money. Her mother, however, she sees through this. She knows that her teenager doesn't really want to work and she feels like she knows exactly what's going to happen if she hands over the keys to the place right now. Rosie's not going to learn a single thing. We're just going to have to run this business by herself because right now it's too young to be left alone. We need to put some effort and, to get some customers and to expand and, get the word out that there's a new cool restaurant in town and we need more employees. Pepper might be a little bit oblivious at times. She's been young, in a way. I think Pepper, wow, that's skill there, Pepper. Pepper knows that her daughter doesn't want to be here. And I know that it doesn't look like it because she is forcing her child to be here and to work here. Pepper knows that she doesn't want to be here, but she's trying to push her daughter because she feels like she needs something in her life to work on and to focus on. Amongst everything that she feels like is happening, the business is probably the least of her worries. It's going to teach her responsibilities. It's also going to give her some purpose. Right now, Rosie seems to lack some of that purpose. Oh, it may be sound a little crazy, but Rosie is a little lost and Pepper can tell. On between her and her daughter, it's not been the same. Shit, we're broke. Shit, we are broke. Ooh. I wanted to have a drink at the bar, but okay, let's sell this chair. Rosie wants her mother to understand her and to compromise with her and to give her some slack, whereas Pepper just wants to give her daughter more responsibilities and teach her that hard work gets you somewhere and that you can't just sit around and worry all the time. You have to get up and do something with your life. Pepper is a really harsh person. Sometimes that's not what her daughter wants or her daughter needs, but it is what she's getting. It's just really tiresome for Rosie to have to put up with this. She wants some responsibility. She wants her mother to understand that if she has to be working at this place and this place is so-called her business, then she wants to run this place exactly how she wants it. But Pepper's just juggling. Pepper is not going to allow that because she's not ready for that. So there's always this continuous battle every time they go to work where she doesn't want to work, but then while she's at work, she feels like she needs to be the boss and she needs to be able to tell Pepper what to do because it's her business. And you know how Pepper is, right? Pepper's gonna be like, hell nah. Look at this. I got this this cool disco ball. Isn't that fun? There were some fun moments at the job like this after work where Pepper is juggling and Rosie's just cracking her back and pulling out some dance moves. It's not all bad. However, if you're being forced to do something you don't want and you're being told that you have to run this business, but you're also not allowed to run this business because you're too young, yeah, it's just really hard to find a bit of a compromise. I could totally understand because as a teenager, you want nothing more than to be treated like an adult and to have responsibilities. And then when you're told that you have them, but you can't act out on them, it's frustrating. And Pepper doesn't really know how to deal with a teenager that's very hormonal and going through a lot of stuff. Pepper, she doesn't have that natural instinct to comfort people or to figure out what's wrong and what they need. She just thinks that hard work is going to solve everything, including her daughter and her daughter's relationship. After a long day of work, Rosie's finally home, but now she's left with some chores to do. Her mother asked her to do a few things throughout the day, not too many things, but it is the weekend and Pepper kind of wants her daughter to learn some responsibilities and once again to have some purpose in her day and to maybe guide her through hard work. Rosie's very unhappy with herself. She feels like her mother is being entirely unreasonable. First, she makes her work in her business all day long. Her feet hurt, her back hurts, and she smells like food and people, and it's absolutely gross. And then when she finally comes home, she would like to just relax, but Pepper says rest is for the wicked. And just because she's tired, life doesn't stop, and she always has to be ready to do anything and everything at any given time, which sounds really dramatic, but that is what she believes in. Rosie kind of sighs and says, what do I even need to clean for? We have these robots, don't we? They can clean for us, which upsets Pepper. She's like, these robots are not our servants. They are our friends and my husband. Some respect. So Rosie is doing a few chores. She is flushing the toilet and, putting down some food. But to be honest, all of these chores kind of makes her hungry and she feels like having a quick snack before bed. So we're gonna have her get some cookies. She really feels like so stressed out from the entire day, and nothing can cheer her up more than a good old bag of chips. And well, there's only one thing that can cheer her up: contact with her mother. And I'm not talking about Pepper. No, no. Our girl has been in contact, frequent contact with her mother, Danielle. At night, sometimes, not all nights, but sometimes they chat online and they send each other emails. Pepper doesn't really mind Rosie using her computer anyway, and Pepper isn't really like a social media kind of girl. Her mother never uses her computer for anything else than her work or maybe to send some emails. So she's been typing and chatting to Danielle, and Danielle's been really, really nice to her. Danielle's been really kind to her and really understanding. After a long day, like today, there's nothing more that she wants than to talk to her mother. She wants to send her mother a short email about what happened today and that. And then yet another day at the store with responsibilities. But Rosie doesn't feel like her mother takes her serious. Danielle is all too happy to know everything about Pepper and Rosie's relationship. Danielle is kind of sneaky. You know, she makes Rosie believe that she genuinely cares about her, but I don't think she cares as much as we think that she does. I think that Rosie wants someone to complain to and to help her out with these complicated feelings. Just get her into the bath, and then we'll get her into bed, because tomorrow is yet another day and she has to be up early to do more stuff. Loves having someone to listen to her and to understand what she's going through and to give her some advice. And her mother has been doing that. She's been so nice and so considerate, willing to listen to her and to offer her some Pepper. Can you not? Danielle has been more than willing to give her some advice and to help her figure her life out. And the more that she talks to Danielle, the more that she feels like maybe this household, this life that she's living, doesn't have to be like this. It's written to Danielle and asking her if she could perhaps move in with her, and that things between her and Pepper are not working. I think any other parent would have said, no, like, you're not gonna just move out because you have a disagreement with your mother. You're not gonna move out because you find that you have too many responsibilities or you don't like the jobs, the little chores that you've been given. Instead of avoiding them, you should work it out. I think Danielle is going to say those things. We haven't had a reply yet, so Rosie is very anxious what she would say, but she hopes that Danielle is going to agree with her and welcome her into her house. Rosie's a little bit scared though, because she doesn't really know what Pepper's going to say, but she feels like this is for the best. If Pepper knew what Rosie would be doing, she'd be really, she would be so mad. She'd be so against it. She's been taking care of her. She's raised her when nobody else would. She's given her a house, a home, the luxury of having everything she could ever need and want in her life. I also want to be betrayed by Rosie. And if Rosie were to move back in with Danielle, Pepper would think that that is some sort of betrayal. For her to willingly move back in with the person that made things so hard for them in the first place, that caused all these problems, that made her feel so unloved. It feels horrible to think that that is something that could potentially happen. Now, looking at Pepper's skills and her wants and wishes, she's doing pretty well for herself, and we don't really have any desires. I do notice that our robots have wants to both have a job. I might as well just do that. I need to remove this plant, but since it's here, he wants a job to become a criminal mastermind, so let's give him a career in the criminal career, and that I think he wanted to be a teacher, be making a little bit more money, and hopefully they're gonna feel a bit better about themselves because they haven't been feeling so hot. What Rosie actually wants, she wants to be best friends with the robot, she wants to win a gaming competition, slow dance, just general things. I've actually been thinking I want to randomize Rosie's lifetime want, because I don't think having 20 lovers at once is what I exactly envision for her, and it's gonna be really hard. And I don't think, like, she's complex, I'll give her that, but I don't think she's gonna have 20 boyfriends. So we're actually I'm gonna go over to want, and I'm going to cycle her lifetime wish. Let's see what she gets now. Woohoo, with 20 different Sims. Let me think about this. I don't know. I don't know. Should we keep this one? Oh, like if we count the one that we're gonna marry, that's like 19 other Sims, and I'm not really sure who the 19 other Sims could be. Let me just do this again. Let's see what else we can get. Become a run. No, not like her mother. No, definitely not. No, I'm sorry. It's not gonna be it either. No, 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 no. I don't want anything related to a career. I just no. Visionary. No, I wish there was one related to politics actually. Okay. I think maybe the one where we need to have 20 woohoos was yeah, let's keep that one. I think that's the best one we're gonna get. So yeah, we're just gonna have to work through that and towards through that. We're gonna have to work towards that. And what I've been thinking is going to be a pretty long generation because we're gonna have to get married as an elder. And I realized that pilot episode I wrote down the rules and I wrote down something that said leave person at the altar and then get married at the altar. I meant to say get married as an elder, but for some reason I copied altar to both versions. But yeah, she's gonna get married as an elder, so we're gonna be playing a long time with Rosie. Like, come on, she's a teenager, she's not even an adult yet. And I want to play through her young adulthood as well, so we're gonna be with her for a very long time. But I think it's a good thing because we need like 19 woohoos besides the one for our our lover, our future Mr. Barry. And also one of you said that we should change her name to Rosie Melrose instead of Rosie Rose. I actually want to keep the Rose because it's related to the Jen, since the first one was mint, peppermint. I want to call her Rosie Rose eventually, but I'm thinking that I might make her first name Melrose Rose, and maybe Rosie can be her second name, or just her nickname. Actually not sure because I do like a Rosie Rose. It's just there's something about it that just I get really happy when I think about it. Rosie Rose, like who has a name like that? But very perfect for her. It could be so good. Actually, what we want to do before what, let's just eat and then we're gonna check our email, see if our mother has replied. But our mother is a very chill, like Danielle is a very chill sim. And one of the other things that Pepper hasn't been aware of is Rosie's desire to change herself. And whenever Rosie kind of expresses some negative emotions towards herself, maybe saying, I don't really like how I look, maybe I should cut my hair, I don't like my face, Pepper would just sit there and look at her and be like, there's nothing wrong with you, just eat your cereal. I don't know, that sounds really harsh, but the kind of tough love, that's how Pepper that's how Pepper's always raised Rosie. And it makes her not want to express herself to her mother because there's no point in doing it. She's been getting her attention and the love and comfort, well, it's through Danielle. Rosie has expressed to her mother that she would like to do something about herself, and she would like to improve herself, but she doesn't know what to do. It's just so overwhelming for her because she feels like there's nothing good about herself. And Danielle has been extremely comforting and saying, oh, poor girl, I understand. Pepper, your mother is probably not taking you serious, is she? You know what? I think you and I can go shopping sometimes and maybe we can do our hair together and have a bit of a spa time. No worries. You are beautiful the way that you are. But if there's something you want to fix about yourself, if there's anything, just anything that you don't like about yourself, she's actually online, oh my god. But if there's anything you want to change, you have my support, my full support. You know what? And it was then that Rosie kind of expressed that she might want to get her nose done because she doesn't like it. It's too big and it does look like her mother's, which is kind of like a backhanded insult, isn't it? Like, Mom, I don't like my nose. And then Pepper being like, but you have my nose. And then her being like, I know. I know. And Pepper saying, don't you like my nose? And she'd be like, no, it looks fine on you. On your face. As Daniel and Rosie are chatting, Pepper is just waking up and she's watching some TV, absolutely standing and watching TV, mind you, absolutely oblivious to what has happened or what is happening. We're gonna actually have her come over and give her mother a hug, and this is the moment where she's going to tell her mother that she's been talking to Danielle. And this is a big moment, right? A big step, because so far it's been behind her back. She hasn't said a word about her contact with Danielle, and she needs to, because Danielle has offered her to stay, come and see what it's like being around someone else, being around her other mother, and seeing how warm and loving a family can be. You're really trying your best to win her over, obviously. And I'm still not sure why Danielle has such a big interest in her, because she never had, but I bet it's a girlfriend of hers. Pepper basically says that she doesn't think it's a good idea and that she shouldn't be trusting anything Danielle says, that Danielle is always looking out for herself, and that it might be really harsh to hear this, but that she doesn't care about Rosie whatsoever. And this makes her really mad. Like, how dare you tell me that she doesn't care about me? She cares more about me than you do. And I know this for a fact because she asks about my hobbies and what I'm doing and what I like doing, instead of just forcing me to do things I don't like. She's actually expressing interest in my hobbies and things that I want to do, and she then offers to do them with me. You never do that. Pepper knows what's best for Rosie, but Rosie of course thinks she knows what's best for her as well. And in a way, they're both right. Of course, you're the only person that knows what is right and wrong age that Rosie is, and I think that she would be in her early teens, like maybe 14. I don't think she'll be like late teens or ready to go to college. I think she's a fresh teen, like 13, 14. And she's going through a lot, and I think that it's a natural age for her to go through those things. And obviously you kind of think you know everything as a teenager. I think we all do, and we want to be a part of everything, and we want to be a grown-up as fast as we can so we can make our own rules. And I think that Pepper is trying too hard to control her, and by giving her more chores, and she thinks that what she's doing is going to, you know, make everything all right, but it's actually making them more distant towards each other. And in this case, Rosie's saying, you know what, you cannot keep me from my mother. You can do all you want, you can try all you want, you can say whatever you want, but I want this, and I am gonna go and move in with her, and I don't care what you think, I don't care what you say. I think it's time that I decide what I can do with my life. Pepper chuckles and says, is that right? You know everything. Well, why didn't you go and live with Danielle then? Pepper does feel a bit cruel by saying these things to her because she doesn't want to hurt Rosie, but I think luckily for Rosie, she doesn't care, because she just thinks her mother is saying these things to like make sure that she doesn't go over to Danielle. She doesn't actually get hurt by those words because she doesn't believe in what her mother is saying at the moment. She doesn't believe it's true. She doesn't feel like her mother could be that way. She doesn't feel like her mother could be that mean. There must have been an explanation, and she's really certain of herself. She goes over to Danielle's house. She will know exactly why, and she is so sure of herself that it has nothing to do with anything that her mother just said. So we're actually gonna go and we're gonna move Rosie out, and I could make this a lot more, you know, elaborate and, you know, drag it on a little longer, but I think we get the gist of it. We're gonna spend some time there, and I don't know, I'm just really excited. Of course, she would love to bring some of her pets and some of her stuff, but she actually doesn't really have anything that she could bring. What I am going to bring, however, is a painting. I know it's a bit random, but I'm gonna bring the painting. Let's bring my ants as well. Well, why not? And for the rest, we don't really own anything, so I'm gonna go over to Danielle's house and kind of sort this out, and I'll be right back. I'll be back with Pepper in a few episodes, but I really want to dive into this Rosie Danielle kind of, you know, this thing that they have and this story, and I really want to, you know, dive a little deeper into it. So unfortunately just as we do, okay, let me just quit. Oh, perfect. The second set of cats actually turned out more like the first. The last time we had their kittens, they really look like a mom, but this one actually looks like, it doesn't have the spot though. And then we have this one turned exactly as it did last time. It's very, very cool colors. Okay, let me not obsess about these cats too long. We'll be back, house. We'll be back. Portrait of my boyfriend. That's not really my boyfriend, but it kind of looks like my boyfriend. Let's go over to Danielle's house. Danielle's wife, Sunny, brought Rosie home, and Danielle's actually currently at work, which is why she asked her wife to do it. But she's really excited to get to know this girl, and I love how she immediately considers her family. She wants more puppies. Come on, we just got a little puppy. So cute. But this is all a bit too fast for Rosie. She has to settle down. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want to like intrude. I'm sorry. I guess I'm, I'm really affectionate, you know, and I just wanted to welcome you into the family. And Danielle has said so much about you, and we're so excited to have you here. We've missed you. We wanted to do so much things with you, but we couldn't. We couldn't be a part of your life because your mother didn't let us." Which is a bit strange because if you take in a person, you wouldn't immediately go and start pointing fingers and, tell your stepchild that, you wanted to be with them and you wanted to spend time with them, and it's your mother did this and her mother did that and prevented them this and that. It's almost like they immediately you're trying to find an excuse, or at least Sunny is trying to somehow cover her ass immediately, which is a little strange. But she's going to be a little less suspicious about this whole thing, because that's just a bit odd. Like, just don't. Rosie, however, didn't really get it, and she just felt like it was a bit too much at the moment. She doesn't want to talk about her mother, but what she does want to do is sing. So she noticed that her mother, or her mother and her wife, they have this cool karaoke system, and she really, really, really wants to sing. And Sunny kind of offered for her to sing together, and as a way to to get to know each other, to spend some time with each other, and, to pass some time for Danielle to come back home. And Rosie absolutely loves this. This is just so much fun. She's just been here for a few hours and she's already had way more fun than she could have had at Pepper's house. Now, Sunny is actually quite a sneaky lady, okay? I like her, don't get me wrong, but she's the whole reason why Rosie's here. She's been pushing Danielle to get Rosie over here. Sunny isn't able to have kids of her own, and she doesn't really want to raise or adopt and raise little children. So for her, this is a way of still being able to be a parent and having a relationship with a kid and being a mother. And if she had it her way, she would be replacing Pepper altogether. And it's really sneaky because if you look at her, she's just so cute and so pretty, but she has this agenda. She knows that she's gonna have to work for her trust. She's gonna have to make sure that whatever they're offering is way better than what Pepper's offering them, and she's just very good at being kind of cunning like this. Really good at pushing her girlfriend to get what she wants and to make sure that they're gonna have the best time and that she's not gonna want to leave, just so that Danielle thinks that she is doing the right thing by by getting Rosie back. Even though Danielle still doesn't really want to be a parent, she's still being influenced by Sunny to believe that she does want to be a parent, but that she doesn't really know how fun it can be and that she has to experience it before she can know for sure. Just this really twisted thing, actually. Sunny being manipulating, Danielle and taking care of her own child. Like, that is crazy, but I love the thought of that. So she's quickly gonna order a pizza and go to work. And I love how Rosie immediately, wants to be helpful and to kind of earn her share. And she's like, okay, I'm going to just do some cleaning around the house. It's pretty dirty here. And as she is cleaning, she feels a little bit, she's home alone now, but well, not entirely alone. There's little Leroy, and I think her pizza should be here pretty soon, wherever the guy is that has our pizza. She's alone, and it feels kind of weird because she hasn't really been by herself like ever, but she knows that she just has to get used to it. It's just a bit new and they're gonna have to figure things out, and she has to agree that she is a little nervous. I mean, she hasn't really been with her mother alone in like ever, and she doesn't really know the lady. She knows her by text, but she doesn't really know her, if that makes sense. And it does make her a little nervous. What if she doesn't like her in person? What if, they don't have a connection? What if they just don't get along? Like, that kind of thing. It just makes her really nervous. So she's gonna get herself a slice of pizza, and then she feels kind of nice that she's able to have a bit of a sin meal, because at home all she has to eat are like healthy meals, and here she can just enjoy some pizza and maybe watch some TV if she wanted to. Though the silence, something she has to get used to. She's just eating pizza by herself. And I just find it so sad because she came from this family where there was constant people and attention and love. And even though she didn't feel like it, there was much of it. And now she wants it somewhere else because she feels like she can get it better at another place, at another house with some other people. And now she's eating pizza by herself at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday night because her mom is out and her girlfriend is also working. There's just something really, really sad about this, but I really want to explore the dynamic between her and Danielle, and I think it's going to be really interesting. Oh, she came home. Oh, finally. Okay, we're going to come over and have her, let's see if she wants to be hugged by her. Maybe we can, I don't know, maybe we can, I don't know, we can work things, we can work something out. They just have to take things slow. This is also a big thing for Danielle because, like I said, she doesn't really care much for, for being a parent, and she doesn't really know how to talk to her child. So it's a bit of an awkward situation. They don't really have a relationship, like they have none at all, and it's just kind of a whole lot. But I like her. I like to believe that she's asking her if she's doing okay, she's settled in, what she thinks of the place, and that they're gonna, buy some furniture to cater to her needs, but that they didn't really have much time for it, which kind of surprises me because she was the one who said you just can come over whenever you want, whenever you're ready. And I think Danielle didn't think that she would come right away, but Rosie was like, oh, right away, oh, I can come, oh, not gonna waste any time. But it's gonna be really interesting to see the dynamic, like I said, and how well Danielle's gonna do. But what I think it is that Danielle is going to be the fun parent, right? Danielle doesn't have any kids or any parental instinct like whatsoever, so she's going to be very lenient. Do you want to go out, Rosie? Do it. Do you want to change your looks? Do it. Do you want to have some fun? Do it. Do you want to do your homework? No? Fine by me. You should have some fun. Danielle believes in having fun and working and doing what you love. She doesn't believe in strict rules and hard work like Pepper does, and she's encouraging Rosie to do whatever she wants and telling Rosie to do what she wants, whatever her heart contends, she can do it. If she needs something, let her know, she will get it for her. And oh my god, and especially saying to her that if she doesn't want to go to the store anymore, that's fine. Your mom complains about it, just leave it to me, I'll handle it. Like that's never happened, but Rosie is just playing on the piano, and I think that she's settling quite nicely. Though Danielle is like, oh my god, what is this horrendous noise? We're gonna have to give her some piano lessons because, the girl, this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching this episode. Leave me some thoughts down below, and I'm just really excited to be playing another side of the story and to kind of seeing what Danielle is like, because we haven't really played much with her, and why not? I wanna like dive into that as well. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Bye.